Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Retro Pickups number 3, and this is a special one because this is my entire haul from my recent trip to Orlando, Florida. Now, I've been going there for many years, love the place, never get bored of it. Obviously we do Disney, Universal, that sort of stuff. But this year I made it a point of doing a lot of video game hunting while I was over there. Only because I like collecting for the American systems, and obviously getting some of their games that we didn't get over here. And I accumulated quite a bit of a haul. In total, I picked up, I think it's about 30 games in total, spanning from the NES right the way up to the Xbox One, so everything in between. And it does go for an assortment of systems. Some of them I haven't got yet, but I can start collecting for and pick up the consoles later. Also, at the end of this, after the video games, I'm actually going to pick up the figure and toy haul that I've picked up. If you guys aren't interested in toys and figures, that's absolutely fine. I'll get the video game bit done first, and you guys can obviously quit the video. But if you are interested, I've picked up quite a few figures, a lot of Batman and things in between. So, what I'll get started off with is the next gen stuff, obviously the most recent stuff, and then I'll get obviously to the retro stuff. I've got things from GameStop, Target, a retro game video game store that I absolutely love. Can't give them enough credit. I will talk about them more in a bit. Thrift stores and all that sort of stuff. So, onto the pickups. I picked up 2 PS3 games while I was over there, and I've started buying more games for the PS3 because I found myself playing more of the PS3 now than when I first got it, because I was more of a 360 kind of guy, but I've been pulled into the PS3 hype, so I picked up these 2 games. First game I picked up I saw in GameStop. I actually went in there for another game, but then I saw this in the clearance rack. I think this was like $5, so I had to pick it up. It's in great condition, and I haven't played any games in this series, so I'm looking forward to playing this one. And it is the God of War saga. Now in this you get God of War 2, God of War 3 and all the DLC. Whether the DLC's been used in it I'm not too sure, but I mean everything's in there. 2 discs, all the paperwork, so for $5, which amounts to about £2, £2.50, you can't go wrong, and I've heard a lot about this series, so I'm looking forward to playing it. The next game I picked up, absolute classic, back in 2004. It revolutionised the GTA saga, and they recently brought it out on PS3. Over here, I don't think you can get it on the PS3, but you can get it as a digital download, but over there it was a physical copy. So I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. If you can get a copy of this, because obviously American PS3 games, Xbox One games and all that work on our systems, pick up a copy of this because the graphics have been enhanced, gameplay's been enhanced, it just looks a lot more crisper. Yes, it is still technically a PS2 game port, but it's a lot crisper and it's just fun to play through the game again. So, yeah. I'll then move on to the Xbox One games I picked up because I am an Xbox One player. If anyone's interested in my game tag, send me a message and then we can game. I picked up 4 games. Some of them, one of them I was always after. For 3 I didn't even think about picking up, but I did. So the first game I picked up was Doom. I've put in about 3 hours into this game and I'm loving it. It's a bit slow at the start, but as you progress and pick up weapons, can't go wrong. And this one included the Demon multiplayer pack. I tried to go on the servers, but there doesn't seem to be many games out there, so I don't think the multiplayer on this game is going to be amazing. But single player campaign, loving it. Can't wait to complete it. Hey ho. The next game, absolute classic. Love this game. I love the Resident Evil series, and I didn't know this was going to be re-released in HD until I went over there. So I picked it up for, that was, I think was $40, which amounts to about 20 something pound, and GTA I got for $8, which about 3-4 quid. But this game is Resident Evil 4. This was $19.99, so about 12-13 quid. I haven't played this yet, but I can't wait. Love the first game. The first game I've got, I bought the limited edition Steelbook. So, love the game. But yeah, can't go wrong. If you can get a copy of it, get a copy of it, because they've done, I think, 5 and 6 in HD as well, but can't go wrong with 4. 4 was a fantastic game. This one, I didn't actually know came out until I got over there and found out that it had been released. Love the Mega Man series. I've got 1 and 2 boxed. I'm after 3, 4, 5, 6, and the PlayStation games, Mega Man X's, all those sort of things. But this game, or Legacy Collection, should I say, the Mega Man Legacy Collection on the Xbox One. Now this is a bundle of Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there's at the back. Show screenshots for all the first 6 games. Haven't played this yet. Can't wait to play it. I'm currently playing... Spoiler. Well, I'm playing an array of things, but the main game I'm playing at the moment is Mafia 3. My thoughts on it at the moment: looks great, plays great, the story's great. The gameplay is a bit repetitive with the drug heists and assassinations, interrogations. But love it. I've got the I pre-ordered it, so I got the family pack. It's only just uploaded, so I've got 3 cars and 3 weapons. Makes the game just that little bit better. And finally on the Xbox One, I'm a basketball player. Love the 2K series, and I was going to buy the standard edition, but then when I went into GameStop, they were doing a deal on the bundle collection. I was going to get the gold, but I decided against it because I still had a bit left on my trip, so I wanted to save that little bit of money. But I ended up getting NBA 2K17 Legends Edition. Obviously, pays homage to Kobe Bryant, who's recently retired. And it comes, I'm not going to get it all out, a gamepad cover, trading cards, DLC, VC for your My Player. I'm loving this game at the moment. But if you're a basketball fan, but the career mode in this, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Right. I'm then going to move on to my thrift store pickups. Now, I've always wanted to go to a thrift store. And I had the opportunity to where we were staying in Florida. There was quite a big thrift store not too far away. Right, so guys, thrift store pickups. I went twice and pretty happy with both trips, but I'm going to do it all as one bundle anyway. So I'll start off with some toys, figures I picked up. I've got I presume this is a McDonald's toy. Little Luigi. Unfortunately, when I took the price tag off, it took the L off, but still looks good. And I got, at the bottom of the bin, little Mario. 25 cents each. Can't go wrong. Right. So the first few games I'll show you I'll show you. The first game is a PlayStation game, and there were a lot of PlayStation games there, but they either didn't have discs or the cases were smashed up and everything. And this does have a smash, but I've heard good things about it. So it is Nuclear Strike on the PlayStation. And obviously with US games, the front cover is the manual. And obviously they're in CD cases, but I prefer, in all honesty, I prefer the way our PlayStation games look. You've got a sleeve for the cover, and then you've got a manual on its own. But I still like the look of the A1, so Nuclear Strike. I then picked up 2 Dreamcast games. So I am in the market for a US PlayStation and a US Dreamcast. So nothing exciting, but I have played these games before and I quite enjoyed them. So they are Sega NFL 2K and Sega NFL 2K1, and these were $1.99 and the PlayStation game was $1.50. The next 2 games are GameCube games, and these were cheap. And obviously I'm in the market for a US GameCube as well. First game is Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. So it's one of these Marvel team up games, beat 'em up games. Look pretty good, and it was $150 for this. And bonus, it is complete. So yeah. And then this one, I couldn't believe I found this. Obviously, I have mentioned it already, but it's the original. It is a player's choice, but for 99 cents, you can't go wrong with Resident Evil 4. 99 cents. 50p for Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. And it is complete. So, what can I say? The next lot of games, I've been intrigued about this console for a very long time. Obviously, in order for me to have it, I've got to get a US Genesis, which I'm in the market for, and then get the attachment for it. But these were just sitting on the counter as I was paying on the first trip. I thought, I'm not going to leave them sitting there. They're not the best tiles, but I would take them any day to start another collection. So I did have PS1 games previous, but I've started my US GameCube and my US Dreamcast collection, and I've now started my US Sega CD collection. So I've got 3 games. This is the first one. This is Link's golf game. So the original stick, it was $5.99, but for a Sega CD game, I'm all for it. So obviously, again with these games, the front cover is the manual, and I've just found out that I've got one for the Genesis itself. So yeah, bonus. So that's the first game. So Link's. The next one is World Cup USA '94. So a football game. Again, it is complete. So another set, and that was $3.50, I believe, that one. And the last one is NHL '94. So, and again, as you can see, it's complete. So 3 games. I was just happy to see one of them, but 3 of them, I was speechless when I found them. So that was my thrift store pickups. Thoroughly pleased with it. They do not disappoint. They are full of everything. I mean, they had Christmas stuff, they had electronic stuff, anything you can think of. Unopened bottles of Coke. They just had everything. They did have like Game Boy games in it. There was like, I think they had Bratz for like $6, and I was like, no, I'll stick with the retro stuff. And now the best part of the pickups that I got was I went to a video game store in the Orlando area by the Florida Mall, and it is called Hudson's Video Games. If you're around that area, please go in there. It is fantastic. The staff are fantastic. The selection's amazing. The prices, you can't go wrong. So I've got games for the Super Nintendo, NES, PlayStation, and I've got a lone Sega Saturn game. So I'll start off with that one. Again, nothing spectacular. It's NHL '97. And again, but unfortunately the case is, yeah. But this was $1. Yes, $1. So I don't know why, but I like the way the US ones with the white label. Surprise, I'm in the market for a US Sega Saturn. So I will end up getting all these down the road, but I've got the game to start off with. So NHL. I will then move on to the PlayStation. The only reason I got these is because they were cheap. They were 50 cents each. So I got Madden 98. And I got NBA Live 1999, which I recently picked this up at Car Boot. So to have the US version is quite sweet. I will then move on to the NES. As you know from my previous videos, I'm also started collecting US NES titles, and this shop did not disappoint. I got 5 games in total. So the first one, simply NFL game. So yeah. The next one is Bump and Jump. As you see, it has got a bit of label damage, but I didn't actually notice that until I picked it up. But a bit of label damage. It does need a bit of cleaning up. Some of these do need cleaning up, but bumper dump. My first Tengen game, the Black Games, and I saw this one in there. It looked pretty good. So, Rolling Thunder. Now, the only problem with it is it's got a bit of label damage at the top, but hey ho. I've heard good things about it, so not too bad. Oh, I forgot to do prices again, didn't I? I did prices again. NFL was $2.99, Bump and Dump was $2.99, and this was $4.99. Now these were the best NES pickups of the trip. I actually went in there I was just about to pay and the girl behind the counter was like, I've just had these in, I haven't had a chance to price them yet. Do you want to look at them? Yeah, let's have a look. I was expecting sports titles, but then I saw these two. And I was like, how much? And I'll tell you as I think. So the first game, classic, Metroid. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to pick it up, no matter what the price, and it was $10 for Metroid. Enough said. And this one, I would love the original, but it's becoming more expensive to find. So I was like, if I can get one game in the series, I'll be happy. And I got one, and it is from the Contra series, and it is Super C. And this was $12. Can't go wrong. I know this isn't the best game in the Contra series, but I finally have a game in the Contra series, so this is going to look great in my NES collection, which is building up very, very nicely. I'm in the market to get a cabinet behind me to put most of my game collection in, so in future videos I'll be behind that instead of behind all this stuff. This is something to look at. Next, I'm moving on to Super Nintendo. Love the US Super Nintendo. I'd much prefer that to the UK one because I just like the look of the cards. I just prefer the US Nintendo. Sorry if I'm offending anyone, but the US Super Nintendo is a lot better looking than that one. I'm sorry, but it is. That's my opinion. So, move on to the games. First one, I don't know why I picked this up, but it is a legend. It is a legend, and it was cheap. So, there's no words to describe it. Shaq Fu. There is a bit of yellowing on the cart, but I can clean that up. Shaq Fu was $2.99. Can't go wrong. I'll take it. Next one, I have seen videos on it, but I got it because it was cheap. Dennis the Menace. So, we'll see. Now, this one I've been looking at for a while, just never picked it up, and it's Porky's Pig Haunted Holiday. Considering Halloween's around the corner, yeah, might be getting to play. I am after a US Super Nintendo console, so if anyone has one that they want to sell or knows of someone who wants to sell it, please get in touch with me because that is the console that I want the most. I have got a UK one, I am going to keep it. I just want a US console, so I haven't got to fiddle with the adapters and everything. So, next game is a game that I've been after for a little while because I watched the cartoon. It was okay. But it is We're Back, A Dinosaur's Adventure. And this was $5.99, I believe. So, okay, can't go wrong. This one I saw in one of their as they call it, expensive cabinet. And the next two games were in those cabinets, and you'll understand why. This one I completely missed until I had one last look at it, and it just caught my eye, and it looks great. Artwork looks great. Watch gameplay of it, can't wait to play it. And it is Captain America and the Avengers. Now I have got a loose copy on the Genesis for this, and I have played it, but I saw the Super Nintendo version, so I thought I'd pick it up. And I've just noticed there's a bit of black stuff on the back, but I can clear that. Now the last game, I saw it, I knew I was going to have it, didn't matter the price, it was $40, which amounts to, did I say how much that one was? That was like $15, yeah. This one was $30, but when you convert it to English pounds, it really was a steal. and it is a game that I've had my eye on for a very long time. I've heard it's very hard, but it's a great addition to Super Nintendo collection, and it is Battletoads Double Dragon. I've been outbid on this game so many times, very frustrating. It's in great condition. There's a bit of residue from a sticker at the back, and there's a tiny scuff on the label, but I can get a marker and colour that in. I can clean this car up. So happy to have this. Can't wait to play it. Can't wait to get frustrated with it. Battletoads Double Dragon. The final two things are two boxed Super Nintendo games. They are boxed and complete, and I could not fault the prices for them. So this one I didn't go in there for. I went in there twice. Obviously picked up stuff. This was on my second trip. They'd only just got it in. I only just put it in the cabinet, and I thought for $12 I will take it. And it is Spawn, the video game. Now I'm not going to get everything out, but everything is in here. But I actually have a loose cart of it in my cabinet behind me, so there will be a loose copy up for sale. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on eBay or anything. If any of you guys are interested, please let me know. But yeah, so happy to have this. I love the Spawn franchise, and this game is a great game. Like Spawn, and another great game also if you want a good Spawn game. Spawn Armageddon, which was released on the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. Great game. This one I saw on their Instagram, and I was like, I've got to have it. Will you hold it for me? And they was like, yeah, well, dude, we'll hold it for you as long as you come in 48 hours. I was there straight away. I love this film. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I absolutely love the film. And it is one of Sylvester Stallone's better films, Demolition Man. And I also love Wesley Snipes as well. I watched gameplay on this game. Standard side-scroller shooter, but I cannot wait to play this. And I'm so happy I got it boxed. And this was $20, but loose cart on eBay goes for about 30-40 quid, so I cannot fault a complete copy. So that is my video game pickups, guys. I hope you enjoyed this part. I'm ecstatic with what I got. I'm speechless with the amount of stuff I brought back. So I'm now going to move on to my action figure and toy pickups. If you don't want to watch it, that's absolutely fine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next pickup video. So now, guys, that you kindly stuck around, I'm going to go through my figure pickups. I always say when I go, I'm not going to pick up too much, and I end up bringing up loads anyway. Some things I'm not going to include, like some more pop figures and all that, because I got Beetlejuice, the Green Ranger, and I got two loose, which was Altair and Ash from Evil Dead. They're in a box somewhere over there, and they're there. So they'll be on my game shelf, so you'll be able to see those in the future. I'll start with loose figures first. I went to a place called Theme Park Connection, which deals in obviously theme park merchandise, but they do have the occasional like action figure or stuff. I saw this guy loose on the shelf. He was upside down. He was all over the place, and he had a 50-cent sticker on it. And I thought, oh, nice. Looked on the back, 1979. Can't go wrong. It's a loose Boba Fett figure for 50 cents. So I love Boba Fett. I love the Star Wars franchise. Boba Fett is one of the most underrated characters, but one of the most loved characters in the Star Wars franchise. So 50 cents, I'll pick up a piece of Star Wars history. And the only the loose figure I got was actually a statue from a place called Gods and Monsters, which is in the Islander Marketplace. If you're around, please go there. It's a fantastic store. It's massive. If you're a geek like me, it will be fantastic. But I bought a couple of things from there actually, but that'll be later on. I'll give you a clue what it is. This is the stand. Green Lantern. So yes, it is a Green Lantern statue. $25, can't go wrong. I think he looks amazing. His chest piece is 3D, so it comes out of his chest. His glove, you can take the glove off, but in my mind, he just looks amazing with that glove. So, yeah. I don't have much Green Lantern stuff, but I actually enjoyed the Ryan Reynolds film. slate me if you will, but I actually enjoyed it. So, yeah. Right, I'll move on to some other stuff and then I'll move on to the main one, just Batman stuff. I'll move on to another thing I got from Gods and Monsters. Didn't even know these existed. Saw it, $20. I'll pick it up because it just looks good. I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but I like the Avengers films. I like all the new films. So, and I loved the TV series to Iron Man. So this reminded me of that. So I picked it up. It is, I need to read it. The famous cover series Iron Man. Classic comic books, artwork, seal of approval. On the back it just talks about the guy who made them. And this actually opens to reveal a bit of background story of Iron Man, and then you got to figure himself. Now he has got, like, I'm trying to get the camera out, material for his costume, and he just looks amazing. So yeah, looking forward to displaying that. So happy with that. My last two things that aren't Batman related are actually Spawn related, and the first one is from the Spawn movie, which was in 1998, I believe. I enjoyed it. It was quite good. I still think that they should restart the franchise, bring something new, fresh, so people can get into the Spawn comic books and whatnot. I got it from the Theme Park Nation. It was $5, so I thought I'll take it. And it is a Spawn figure, which is Spawn Burnt. So this is before he got, obviously, his powers. Machine gun, shovel, hood. Some more figures in the series. I would love that one. Obviously the main one. So you got more figures in the series. That one looks quite sick. So yeah, $5, still sealed. Not going to open it. It looks cool. The next one I got from a shop, which was, it was literally just named Comics. Yes, they have comics, but they specialise in action figures. Is round the corner from the Florida Mall. It's on the same row as Hudson Video Games, where I got my pickups from. Please go in the store, because their selection of action figures are amazing. They specialise in old ones like the 90s. Right up my alley. Can't go wrong. This one was $4 and is a Spawn from the comic book series, and it is a special limited edition clown head. So it is limited edition one because it's gold. They did have the original one there, but it's quite a bulky packaging, so I wouldn't have been able to take both of them, so I thought I'll take the original one. I think it says it's got a comic book inside. Yeah, it's got a comic book inside. And the only unfortunate thing is his accessories loose. But you can fiddle it around. When you stand it up, you can get it positioned in there. But I'm not going to open it just to fix that problem. On the back, all the figures in the series. $4, you can't go wrong. So I'll pick that one up. The last bit of my pickups are all going to be Batman related. As you know, I am a Batman fan. Love Batman. You can probably see behind me. Can't go wrong. I could say talking about Batman all day, but I'm not going to. But we'll move on to the figure pickups. So this one I got from a new comic book shop, which is, I can't remember the name. I think it's like Millennium Games, which is on the 192. It's on like a little retail district, like a Nike clearance store and all that. Please go in there. The only reason I didn't pick up more is because it was at the start of the holiday and I didn't want to blow all my money in one store. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to go back, but I will go back when we next go back. And I saw this figure set, and it was $8.99. Sealed, can't go wrong. There is a bit of damage at the bottom, but I don't really care. And it is Batman and Nightwing. So these are modelled after the New Adventures of Batman and Robin. Obviously you've got Dick Grayson there as Nightwing, and you've got Batman. Nice blue, like cameo on Batman, and then you've obviously got Nightwing. And then you got the figures in the other series. The only one I'd desperately love to have would be the Batman and Joker one, but very happy to have this one. I'm not going to open them. So yeah, great. The next one on the show is from the Batman animated series. It's the greatest cartoon ever made. Period. I don't care what anyone else has to say. The Batman, the animated series, was the greatest cartoon ever made. I'm sorry if that offends people, but it is. So I picked up a double figure set, Batman Robin. This is the Ninja Power Pack, Batman Robin with Duo Power Ninja. So, very, very good condition. The card is in mint condition. There's a bit of damage at the bottom, but you can't go wrong, especially with transporting these, because I put all these in my hand luggage stuff in the case so they wouldn't get beat around. But unfortunately, these things happen. It's Batman the Animated Series, guys. So, that was $14.99. Happy to pay it. These aren't, they're going on eBay for about 30 quid. So. The next two are the Batman movie collection packs. There are 3 in the series. I've got 2 of them. So the first one is Batman vs Catwoman from Batman Returns, and there it is. Obviously there's a bit of damage in the top right hand corner, which I have a feeling is someone with the original price sticker off, and yeah, but all in all it's in great condition. You've got Batman and Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman. Can't go wrong. I think the detail in the Batman is really, really good. It looks just like Keaton in my opinion. So yeah, so you got that one, and then the next one is, funny enough, it is my favourite Batman film. I don't know why, I just absolutely love it to death, and it is Batman Forever, where you've got Batman and Jim Carrey's Riddler. I love the detail in these two because it's just unreal. You've got Jim Carrey there. You've got Val Kilmer as Batman. I thought Val Kilmer was pretty good as Batman. He wasn't the best one by far, but I don't think he gets enough credit for what he did. So, favourite Batman film, can't go wrong. Now the final pickup, and this is probably the best toy pickup I had. I've been after one of these for a very, very long time because the 1989 Batman was amazing. Probably my second favourite Batman film. Jack Nicholson as the Joker was brilliant. Keaton as Batman was fantastic, and the story was just really good. And obviously they released a figure line, and these, especially in the box or on the card, are very sought after, but also getting quite expensive. Now I got this from Gods and Monsters, and when I first saw the price I thought that's got to be wrong. Took it to the counter, no, it was right. This was $3. I've never moved so fast in my life. Add it, that's mine. And it is an original on card Batman figure. So there's a slight bit of damage to the side, but apart from that, it is mint. You've got a bit of damage up there where obviously someone ripped a sticker off, but all in all it is in perfect condition. And on the back comes with, the only thing that puzzles me about this figure is look at his face. Got a lot of bubbly and smiley, but on the back, on the promotion card, it looks quite menacing. So that's what I don't get. They also have Batwing, I would love that Batmobile, Batcave, and there was only two of the figures in this line, the Joker and Bob. Bob is a very, very hard figure to find. I don't know why. Then you got the Joker, so I'll end up getting the other two down the line, but I've got Batman. So, guys, that is it. That is my entire, well, not my entire, but the majority of my Orlando, Florida haul. Thoroughly ecstatic. I could not be happier with what I got. Sorry if I've bored you. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I will have another pickups video coming up very shortly because I have been on the hunt since I've been back and I've accumulated quite a bit. So again, thank you so much for watching, guys. There will be more videos to come, I promise, and thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you very much indeed. So take care, guys. Thank you very much.